explosive seeker mine detected. Hostile explosive seeker mine. Rogue defender drone detected. Hostile defender drone detected. Immediate medical assistance needed. It needs assistance. Rogue assault turret detected. Hostile assault turret detected. Rogue bombardier drone detected. Hostile bombardier drone. Rogue agent neutralized. Rogue defender drone detected. Hostile defender drone detected. Nearby rogue agent killed. Rogue agent eliminated. Now detecting contaminated gear. Rogue explosive seeker mine detected. Hostile explosive seeker mine detected. Contaminated gear detected. Rogue agent neutralized. Now detecting contaminated gear. Rogue incinerator turret detected. Hostile incinerator turret detected.
The roads have run out of reinforcements. You can win this.
An agent needs assistance.
The specialization supply drop has arrived. You win now.
Hey everyone, RogueGold here, and today I've created what is, for me, the ultimate hazard protection build. We're talking 100% immune from any type of status effect in the game, a lot of damage, very high crit values, a lot of base armor, and a hybrid setup that has a lot of flexibility and allows you to be very adaptable to many different types of situations. Using some of the awesome new gear we got this update, like the St. Elmo's Engine Exotic AR, the new Cavalier gear set, some stuff previously like the Ninja Bike backpack, this just comes together to make a really fun and awesome setup, and as you saw in the gameplay, it puts in work. So let's not waste any more time and get straight to the breakdown. Alright, so here's the setup. As you can see, it is a total hybrid, meshing together a lot of different pieces and bonuses to create the total power and potential of this build, and I really just love when builds come together like this and every, stat that you have goes to a purpose, nothing is left wasted, and you get everything you want. As I said, you are 100% immune from all types of status effects, you get a lot of crit, it's just fantastic. So let's break it all down. For your primary, you can really use whatever you want, right? The weapon of this is up to you. I like ARs, and the new St. Elmo's engine gives you a great talent in PvP, albeit it is a bit cheesy, but so is a lot of other things in PvP, but it gives you some crit mods that really allow you to still build a lot of crit on this overall setup when you have gear pieces and other things that are taking away from your crit. So it makes up a lot in that regard. Again, great talent, great damage, so I recommend the St. Elmo's engine if you want a good overall gun, but slot in what you want there. We're not using any pieces that give specific, weapon class type bonuses, so it's just overall weapon damage, so again, whatever you want for your secondary pistol, all up to you. We'll take a peek at the crit values though, and you'll see that on the engine I'm still getting 51% crit chance and 122, almost 123% crit damage, and again, that is while still having 100% hazard protection, as we'll see down here for every single type of status in the game. So it's a really great value to be hitting, despite how much investment we're putting into that survivability. So it's really, really nice. Let's kick it off with the gear then, and just as a reminder as we go through, we are using the Ninja Bike backpack, so for all of these pieces here, we're going to be getting the +1, and so when we take a look at the Walker and Harris mask here, we're getting the 2-piece bonus. This is one of the best brands to use with Ninja Bike if you're going for a damage build, as you get the flat weapon damage bonus and the multiplicative damage to armor value. On here, we then have weapon damage, hazard protection, crit damage, and a crit chance mod. Moving on to the chest piece, we have Y'all, where we are getting the 10% hazard protection there and 5% weapon damage. Easily one of the best and most needed brands if you want to build hazard protection there. On the piece, we have armor, crit damage, hazard protection, a crit damage mod, and unbreakable. If you want to use a more damage-focused talent, certainly go for it. I like having unbreakable as a backup. Again, we have the engine, which can stun people with the talent, so I feel comfortable going a bit more into survivability, and that works for me there. Then we've got the Picaro's holster, which gives us a lot of great bonuses. When you use it with Ninja Bike, you are, of course, getting the 10% skill haste and the 1 skill tier. So even though we're not investing into skills whatsoever on this build, because we have this and the Ninja Bike, we get those 2 free skill tiers. So that does nothing but help. But again, it's not really what we're investing into. What this is really for is to, again, just buff us up as much as we can in the 2 elements that we want, which is armor and damage. So on here, of course, we get the armor value, hazard protection, and the 15% weapon damage. Again, it just allows us to have a lot of base armor and a lot of base damage whilst being fully immune. That's the whole idea, and that's what the Picaro's helps achieve. For the backpack, as we already said, we're using the Ninja Bike. This gives us a +1 on any brand or gear set that we're using, and that's how we're getting all of these hazard bonuses and damage and just making sure everything comes together. So on here you get the 3 core attributes plus the 12% crit damage mod on there. For the gloves, we have 1 piece of Seska, again a must-have on pretty much any hazard protection setup. We get the 10% crit chance and the 10% hazard protection from there, and then on the stats, weapon damage, crit chance, and crit damage. And lastly, this is really the star of the show. This is how we're getting that 100% hazard protection value, and then having enough left over to go so much into damage, and that is because the 2-piece bonus of the new Cavalier gear set that was introduced in Year 5 Season 1 gives us 30% hazard protection. This is incredible, and it is just so nice to be able to actually reach that 100% value, because usually you can get to like 80 or 90, and then you're building the rest up with mods. Maybe you're not fully immune to certain statuses. This just lets you not worry about that whatsoever. You're getting 30% from this 1 piece, and so it is a must-have in this type of a setup. Again, if you're using the Ninja Bike, you just need 1 piece of it. It's great. And on here, we are using armor and hazard protection there. For the skills, as usual, totally up to you. I really like the Defender Drone. Keep in mind, we are going to get those 2 free skill tiers from the Ninja Bike and the Picaro, so in total, that brings us up to 17.5% damage PvP reduction, so that's really great. And then I have a decoy on here that's great for the DZ. If you go into conflict, you could swap that out for an EMP sticky bomb or whatever you want, totally up to you. Lastly, the specialization, we are using Firewall, purely because of how good the medkit is. If you watch my PvP build videos before, you know how much I really rely on this thing. Maybe that's not the best trait to have, but either way, the medkit is unstoppable, makes you, just has a lot of really great attributes. But if you want to use a different specialization that fits better into your or your team's composition, go for it. Well, there you have it, folks. There is the build. I had wanted to get around to doing this one for quite a while. As soon as I saw the Cavalier bonuses back on the PTS, I knew that this was probably going to be a pretty strong setup, or at least it had the potential to be. So it took me a while, but it's here now. Hope you guys enjoyed the setup. I've definitely had a lot of fun running this in the DZ with how many statuses and all that stuff that's going around right now, in addition to how it was even before Year 5 Season 1. It's definitely needed in your loadouts. So, hope you enjoyed the breakdown, and I hope this helps you out make something of your own. If you did enjoy, I hope you consider clicking that subscribe button to stay up with all the latest with the division. And let me know your thoughts on the setup. If you have tried Cavalier out in any sort of hazard build yet this season, is it similar to this one? Did you do anything differently? Would love to hear it all down below. But that is going to do it for me today, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. RogueGold. Ow.